Bile reasoning with G and J.
Hi, I'm Margaret Stewart, and I'm a survivor.
Hello, my name is Christine Scott.
So I was diagnosed in July 2015 and at stage 2B.
I was diagnosed in May 2020 and it was stage 2B when I was diagnosed.
So when I first received the news of my diagnosis, I was nervous because my mother had already passed in 2001 from breast cancer. So I was reliving all of that experience, seeing that I was there with her and I had assisted her during about a year while she received treatment. So initially, all of that was playing back through my mind, thinking that I would be going back through the same thing. So that was the initial reaction. Eventually, it kind of changed because you realize it's not a death sentence, and medicine had changed over the years. So you kind of feel a little more comfortable that things will not be as rough as it was before.
Well, receive the news was kind of twofold in that I found a lump, and when I found the lump, I don't know, my mind immediately went to cancer and I was kind of shattered. And then it only got worse when it was confirmed by biopsy that it was actually cancerous.
The treatment process for me, I did a double mastectomy in August 2015, followed by chemotherapy, about 4 months of chemotherapy, and then Herceptin, which is an injection that you get every 3 weeks. Then I did radiotherapy at the same time. Some part of that along that time I had to do also a blood transfusion because my iron level had gone way down, too low. And then I continued radiotherapy. I'm currently on medication, tamoxifen, which should last for another year or so. The treatment process, it had its ups and downs. Mainly downs because this was all very stressful on the body, and you had to get used to feeling the new feelings, the feelings of chemotherapy. Then you have to switch over to how Herceptin made you feel, and ensure that your heart rate doesn't, your heart is not being affected by Herceptin, then doing radiotherapy and all the side effects of radiotherapy. At one point you don't want to eat, at one point you're not able to eat anything even though you want to eat. It was a little bit stressful, not a little bit, it was way stressful, but I guess you just decide to just get through it as quickly as possible.
The treatment process. Well, I'm currently going through treatment, chemotherapy. The treatment I am doing is called neoadjuvant chemotherapy, in that it's chemotherapy that you receive prior to any form of surgery. This is with the view to shrink the tumor or totally, if not reduce in size, totally get rid of them before you actually go on to any form of surgery. The process, I've done to date 13 treatments, and it has not been the easiest. For the first 12, I think I've been lucky because my treatment should have been, the treatment I'm receiving now should have been what I got first. However, because they were waiting on some test results, I got the latter part of the treatment first. The one I'm doing now, I think, put your system more at risk when you're doing the latter treatment, and in that way, can you have cancer and be doing treatment and still call yourself lucky? In that, I felt like I was blessed.
Since my experience with cancer, I think I have grown, because for me, I was really positive going through it, through the whole process. I mean, I surprised myself because I never realized how strong I was, and out of that came a new me. I'm now more confident. I'm able to do this video. I was able to do radio interviews, speak at churches, and I think it has helped me to grow in terms of speaking up about certain things that I'm passionate about, and things that I care about. I've since gone on and changed jobs. I've had so much more confidence in myself. I am embracing my new look with the low hair. I love that.
You can well imagine that my life is nothing like it used to be. Coupled by the fact that we're currently going through a pandemic, you are going through chemotherapy, and I think cancer kills, but I think the chemotherapy, while it makes you better, while you're undergoing, is actually worse. And to be going through that while you're dealing with keeping yourself COVID-free, it's like nothing I think anybody else, or unless you're going through the same thing I am, would have gone through. And so it's quite difficult. My life, I am no longer working as I ought to, because chemotherapy actually breaks your system down. And in breaking your system down, of course, you won't be able to do what you would normally do. In Jamaica, you purchase your own medication. So that is another part of it. You're constantly on the go, being ill from treatment. If you don't have anybody to pick up your meds, you have to get them done yourself. You either you're driven to treatment, or you have to drive yourself to treatment. You have to go through this each week. And so you're doing this while still maintaining a family life, sometimes a work life. So it has not been easy. It has absolutely not been easy. Nothing about my life right now is what it was. The changes that your body goes through is another part of it. Cancer and chemotherapy affects not just your physical, but it affects your mental and your emotional. It affects your self-esteem, because treatment, you lose your hair, and you go through skin changes, like for instance, case in point, these. You go through hyperpigmentation, and if your self-esteem is low, it tears you down. So life is nothing like it used to be.
I would like to say to everyone, if you have not yet done your mammogram and you're over 40, go and do your mammogram. Second, if you're below 40, and especially if you have a history of breast cancer in your family, don't wait until you're 40. Do your mammogram, do your checks, do your self-tests, do your screenings, do whatever it is that you need to do. Go to your doctor and you do your tests. Also, for those who are actually going through it now, you are strong, you're a survivor. You have already survived and you are where you are by the grace of God. You have the strength to do this. And for those persons who may believe that they are not able to do it, you can do it. Trust me, if I can do it, I was a worrywart. I was such a warrior. And I mean, I was so positive, and it came from just this inner strength from God. It definitely was. I credit that to God, definitely God, who has helped me through this and to take me up to this point. Don't judge yourself based off anybody else's experience, because everybody has their own story. Everybody has their experience. What they are experiencing is not what you are experiencing. The only thing you have in common is this dreaded disease called breast cancer. But everybody has their own experience. Embrace every step. Live one day at a time and just be happy. Be happy and just enjoy life and enjoy your experience. Enjoy what you're going through. You are stronger than you think. Get support. I mean, those persons who support you, just stick with them and stick with positive people. Don't take negative people around you, because negativity is going to drain your energy. So be positive and continue building that relationship with God, because that will help.
Well, 2020 is a year unlike any other. And for 2020 and everything that has been happening, I have encouraged and I have heard people being encouraged that this is a year to draw close to God. But on going through any form of cancer treatment and breast cancer, especially the aggressive forms that, well, for me, I think all breast cancers are aggressive. It just depends on the stage when it's caught. One, I think you really need to draw close to God, because it doesn't matter how strong your support system is, you will need a strength that you may not need any other time in your life. You need that inner strength, and that can only come from a relationship with God. That too, you need a strong support system, because the treatments that you go through, they break your body down, and things that you may have been able to do for yourself, people will now have to assist you with that. You need people that you can talk to, and I'll say listen, but be careful of the advice that you take, because everybody means well, but all the advice may not be good for you. Ensure that you're comfortable with your team, the team of doctors that you have working with, because you'll have plastic surgeons, you'll have general surgeons, you'll have oncologists, you'll have the nurses that you work with, and you'll have your general practitioner, because you want to ensure that you're healthy, because your blood cells, your white blood cells, your platelets, all kind of stuff changing in your body. So you want to ensure that you maintain good health and try to do things that you like. For me, my mind does not go to death when I think of cancer, at least not in my case. But life is short. That's certainly what it brings home to me. So I would say to you, do the things that you enjoy, no more than ever. Once it's within, for me, Christian principles, I want to enjoy life. And not because I think I'm dying, but because this brings home to me just how short life really is.